This is Salem News Now.
Breaking news. Just in. Local German Shepherd mix, evil dog, was prosecuted and hung for witchery. Witchcraft, actually. My bad. He was an evil dog, and his last meal was said to have been a hearty bowl of puppy chow. Many have been caught for witchcraft lately. Something evil, I tell you, evil, is going through Salem, and we've got to stop it. Poor Sparky. No, he was evil. He deserved what he got. And that is all. And now we go live to Goody Quebster, Weather Woman.
Thank you, Goody Hefferit. And we have weather. As you can tell, it is very cold in Salem, with rain moving through Mount Juliet up into Salem. Those witches making it rain everywhere. But we have periods of rain with a few thunderstorms likely, a low of 61. Winds are light and the screen is moving too fast for me to follow it. It's the fault of those witches again. But the good thing is it's good hanging weather. But what isn't good hanging weather, Goody Everett? And coming up later this week, we have partly cloudy skies on Thursday, sunny skies on Friday, mostly sunny skies on Saturday, with a few scattered showers on Sunday, and partly cloudy on Monday. Back to you.
And now, the sports. I'm Garver Ribbit, and today, in football, the Salem Skyhawks won over the Boston Bearheads 42-27. Quarterback Sir John Paris had 307 passing and 3 touchdowns. Running back Thomas Osborne had 126 yards and 1 TD rushing. And with linebacker David the Demon Splitter with 13 tackles and 1 interception, the game was all but over in the fourth quarter with his pick at 6:25 left in the game. Moving on, the dancing contest scheduled earlier this week in Salem was canceled due to obvious reasons, and all those signed up for the dancing contest were excommunicated from the church. And now to basketball. Last night, Salem Globetrotters lost to the Plymouth Piledrivers 121-116. Point guard for the Salem Globetrotters was Samuel Cook, who had 30 points and 7 assists. Center Wynn Bonkel had 24 points and 13 rebounds, but through all their hard effort, they still lost in overtime. And now, back to our anchors. Guys?
In tonight's news, we bring you a story about the strange convulsions inflicting people around Salem. 2 more girls have been found in a strange state in their beds yesterday morning. While doctors are baffled, many religious leaders still claim witchcraft is alive in the town. If you feel shaky, clammy, possessed, dizziness, lack of oxygen, or explosive diarrhea, you may be suffering from a contagious disease or maybe under the influence of witchcraft. We will have more information on the story as it develops.
This program is brought to you by Samuel Adams, Boston Loggers.
First time I had a Samuel Adams Boston Lager, I was like, wow, what is this stuff?
Boston Lager, it was love at first taste.
It's got a nice hoppiness to it.
We're just literally shoving hops into our beer, and I think we're considered marginally insane. Most brewers have a dash of hops.
We use a pound of hops per barrel.
You know you're drinking a beer. It's not watery, it's got something to it.
Boston Lager tastes full-bodied. Try a Sam Adams and know that that's what beer is supposed to taste like.
Don't be afraid of flavor, my man.
Next, we were going to bring you a story on the Indian attacks. But instead, we will now cut to some live footage from Jerry Springer. Today on the Jerry Springer Show, affairs running on an all-time high. Elizabeth Proctor, wife of John Proctor, has accused Abigail Williams of an affair. Will we find out if this is true? All and more today on the Jerry Springer Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Elizabeth Proctor in the studio. Give it up. start first noticing?
Well, John's a good man. Don't get me wrong. I've always loved John. But it all started with our maid. Well, not really a maid. She's more of a harlot, to be quite frank. I don't blame John. He's a good guy, I tell you. But Abigail, she's such a harlot.
What were the signs you started noticing with their relationship?
Well, I'm not dumb. I started seeing him looking at her and her winking a few times, actually. I'm pretty sure I caught her winking. And then my suspicions got the best of me, and next thing I knew, it's full swing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, in the studio tonight, we have her, Abigail Williams.
What is she doing here?
Hi, Jerry.
Let's sit down. So Abigail, these accusations are pretty tough. Did you cheat with John Proctor?
I'm not the one that did the cheating.
Oh, honey.
So what do you have to say in your defense?
I don't need a defense. He came at me first.
Honey, guess who's carrying this baby?
You just probably used witchcraft to make yourself pregnant.
Witchcraft? How dare you?
Everybody notices you speaking spells in the night. You have a voodoo doll in your closet.
Your friend gave her to me.
She's a witch.
She's a harlot, can't you tell?
And who do you think the child's gonna
I
believe?
trusted you,
The unloved wife of a wealthy man?
I trusted you.
Break it up.
She's crazy. She's a witch.
Let's sit back down.
Look at her. She's just crazy. She just wants attention.
Why are you punishing me like this, Elizabeth?
She wants attention. I tell you, attention.
Why are you punishing me?
Don't blame me. It's all her. She's a harlot. A harlot, I tell you. This is petty. It's petty.
And that wraps us up for the show for this week. See you next time on the Jerry Springer.
Here's a story on witchcraft. It is overcoming Salem, I tell you. Witchcraft is not just overcoming the minds of sinners and beggars. It has recently overtaken local politician Christine O'Donnell. Apparently, she too dabbled in the black arts as a youngin', but when questioned, kept repeating, quote unquote, "I am not a witch. I am just like you," unquote. Now, live.
I'm not a witch. I'm nothing you've heard. I'm you. None of us are perfect, but none of us can be happy with what we see all around us. Politicians who think spending, trading favors, and backroom deals are the ways to stay in office. I'll go to Washington and do what you do. I'm Christine O'Donnell, and I approve this message. I'm you.
As you can tell in the video we just showed, Christine O'Donnell showed us she was in a trance, a glaring expression in her eyes. When one of our reporters questioned her further, she seeked to recite the commandments. She shoved the camera out of her way with cries of blasphemy so dreadful, this reporter could not bear to speak of it. The authorities have been brought her into charges of witchcraft. In court today, Abigail Williams, the poor little girl has become regularly tormented by the spirits of the witches, testified that they saw Goody O'Donnell with the devil. Goody O'Donnell was being dragged away. All she could say is a normal, creepy voice is, quote, "I am not a witch," close quote. And that'll do it for the 6 o'clock news on
Salem News Now. Good night, everybody.